I'm Pat.
And I'm Renita.
And this is God, Grace, and Ghana. We're coming to you one more time again. We listening at the news and watching TV. And it's also come to our attention, talking about false narratives. Here we go again. And this is an example of what we mean by how the United States does and treats people who stand up for themselves. Namely the oppressor. Don't like when the oppressed stand up and say, hey, enough's enough, which Africa has done. Before we did our research to come to find out where we was going and found Ghana to be our place, we looked at a whole bunch of information and things that, will let us know who kind of speaks the same language we speak. Are they Christian? And things like that. Everything, healthcare, everything we could see. And Ghana ranked high on what? Safety. Matter of fact, Ghana is ranked as one of the safest places, and not just in the African continent, but one of the safest places in the world that that the statistics said we could go. Well, after Ghana stood up, just like Burkina Faso and a lot of these places over there in Africa, kicking out the colonizers and standing up for yourselves as far as y'all resources, y'all gold, y'all minerals, y'all diamonds, resources, and telling the colonizers, enough's enough, you need to give us a fair price and give us a fair shake. Well, lo and behold, no sooner than Ghana did that, they found themselves on a list of places that is
to travel.
That the United States say, oh, don't go there, it's not safe to travel. Now, I don't know what has happened so quickly from being one of the safest places to travel to one of the places they say, oh, you're on this list that you are not supposed to travel in a matter of maybe 2 to 3 weeks. I mean, has there been a big crime spurt over there? Has there been like a civil war broke out that we did not know about? I don't think that's what it is. What it is what me and my wife have been telling you has been going on over here for the longest. The United States likes to put the narrative out there that's in their favor. If you make them mad, then they're going to say, oh, well, don't go there. There's something wrong with that place. It's violent and it's this and it's that. It's just a narrative. We don't believe it.
Donald's petty.
We don't fall for the okie doke.
Okay, so as we get started really talking about what this travel advisory means, the first thing we have to do is explain it. The United States has travel advisories that they operate on a couple of different levels, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Ghana just went from a level 1 to a level 2 advisory and has not made it all the way to level 4. Level 4 is like...
Yeah, it's like, hey, don't even say Ghana. The boogeyman will get you.
But it was really interesting to see it go from a 1 to a 2, especially with us being here.
Right.
And boots on the ground kind of know what the experience is like.
I think for me, it was more interesting seeing the timing of the advisory coming out.
Yeah. Well, the advisory was very specific. They're saying that there is an increased amount of crime, specifically crime towards women and people in the LGBTQ community.
I'm not a woman or a member of that community, but I've not heard any such claims from any victims or friends of victims or friends of somebody who even heard something.
Ghana's recently changed its stance on who can mine for gold in one of the world's highest gold producing countries. And that is no one except for Ghanaians.
I love it. Personally, I do. It's another sign of we got this. We can do for ourselves. And I think, Africa for Africans. So I'm all for it.
Ghana decided that it doesn't want to renew the mining contracts of foreign corporations in terms of gold mining here in the country. And all of a sudden, the travel advisory is issued that directly impacts the country's ability to collect travel and tourism revenue and tax related to that travel
Right,
tourism.
right.
The African Americans over here and people that have a brain cell in their head understand what is going on. I mean, come on. All of us, you're safe. Okay, you guys got to go because y'all taking our minerals and stuff. Y'all not giving a fair price, and all of a sudden you're unsafe. I mean, 2 + 2 = 4, and petty plus petty equals Trump. Right?
Yes.
That's what he is.
Betty.
Okay, he's petty. Okay, so we understand that y'all just as safe as y'all ever was. We understand what's going on. Guys, hold strong to y'all values and y'all beliefs, and we'll see y'all soon because we coming to join y'all. We like, well, again, we're coming to join y'all. I'm just gonna say that because, and not just us. I'm telling you, when we first did our research, and me and my wife, we decided, getting ready to retire, we're gonna leave this place where we're gonna go to regain our roots, regain a love of our people, regain some semblance of happiness and peace. Well, Ghana was a place that God led us and directed us to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when we did all this, we understood that there was a change happening here in the U.S. As we film and as we chronicle our journey from the United States to Ghana, just in these past few months that this man has been in office, we have seen so many changes in America, and I mean for the worse, that it is unfathomable how much damage one person can do in 4 months.
And he still has 3 more years.
It's unfathomable and whatever, And then some people, they every now and then they do a poll on approval ratings, and even though his ratings has slid about 15%, and it's negative now. I think it was when he got elected. Let's just throw a number out there. It was 60 positive, 40 negative. I won't think that one out. 55 positive, 45 negative. Now it's like 40 positive, 60 negative. Like I said. So it's that. But who's this 40%? They're saying he's doing a good job. It should be 0%. At the very best, 5. The oligarchs and the rich billionaires. Okay, they're the 5%. Whatever. Actually, 1% is a billionaire. But who's this 40%? I don't even believe that narrative. To me, that's a narrative that they're pushing out there. I don't even believe that's true. It can't be 40% that like well, then again, you might have 40% racists in this country.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it. But anyway, point is, ain't gonna affect us. We out of here. Peace. Deuces. All right. Now, if you are looking for a place to go, and you're in the sound of our voice, please think about Ghana. And I'm going to say this before I finish taping. As we do more and more research, we are trying to guide people away from here to a better place. And not just Ghana. My wife says all the time, not just Ghana. There's places that we looked at were good, Costa Rica. But let's stick to Africa for now. Kenya and South Africa seem like they're good choices. The more research we have done. So I'm not going to knock those places. Look into those places as well. Now, a video I've seen of this lion in Kenya dragging this dog over the fence may be disturbing this sound. But look into that as well. You want to move in a neighborhood where there's lions probably running around loose. But I'm fairly sure that that's not all the areas there. So anyway, we're just here to show you how petty America can be. We know what this is about. It's about a narrative. Please don't believe the narrative that the U.S. is pushing.
And they're pushing it hard.
Okay. I'm Pat.
And I'm Renita.
That's been our little 2 cents again. This has been God, Grace, and Ghana.
Bye.